What's up, Blockheads? We are standing in front of this big empty lot, which is perfect for learning to ride motorcycles. And that's exactly what this video is going to be going over today. For those of you that are interested in learning to ride, this video is going to be about the Motorcycle Safety Foundation course, or the MSF course. I already know how to ride, but Seminole Harley-Davidson has been kind enough to let me sit in on a class and basically ride their bike. So you guys are going to get the perspective of taking this course exactly as if you were taking it. If you guys are interested in more information, be sure to visit Seminole Harley-Davidson. I'll be sure to drop their link down in the description below. Also check out the MSF course. I'll be sure to drop all links, all the information that you need to gain more knowledge on riding a motorcycle down in the description below. So let's head on in here and see what we're doing. So right through that door over there, they're doing classroom right now, which is part of the course. Whenever you guys do sign up for the course, and I highly recommend it if you're learning how to ride, definitely sign up for an MSF course or whatever the course is called wherever you live. Harley does offer it as a course, and I'll be sure, like I said, to drop that link down in the description below so that you guys can get more information on that. And they actually let you ride a Harley-Davidson. So it's one of Harley-Davidson's more introductory models, which is the Street 500. They've been outfitted with crash protection in the front there too. It's really not an intimidating bike. It's got a lower seat height, and they've got different seats as well. So as you can tell, this one is a little higher than this one. Like I said, we're going to be taking you guys through the entire process of what the MSF course actually consists of, showing you what to expect whenever you're taking this course. Now, this is not a replacement. You do still need to take one of the courses, so be sure to sign up, find a course in your area. So let's go and check out the classroom. Biggest way to get insight into the classroom is to download the book, which I'll link down below.
Slow is a lot harder than fast. So, just take your time. I guarantee you, any of the exercises that you can do. Okay.
All right, guys, we are standing out in front of the bikes. So I assume this is the part most of you guys will be interested in. We're not going to go too deep into the classroom stuff just because I can't really record all of that, but I will definitely link the MSF rider handbook that we're using. So a lot of it's going to be focusing on this part, which, like I said, I know most of y'all are interested in seeing how this goes. So we're basically standing out here outside Seminole Harley-Davidson, checking out the bikes. We're gearing up. They said to put on our helmets, get gloves on and all that. We're going over motorcycle familiarization, going over controls, handlebars, and hand grips. These are your handlebars, these are your hand grips. The throttle, right here. Rolling back on throttle. Front brake lever. Clutch lever. So he's asking if there's a difference between the feel of those. Yes, this is much easier to squeeze. This is much firmer. On the clutch lever, get in the habit of using all 4 fingers, not 2, because if you use 2, you pinch these 2. This is the rear brake. Press down on it, you don't stomp on it. Gear shift lever, right here. Speedometer. Speedometer is right here. And your odometer is also in there as well. Ignition switch, the key, right here. 2 clicks to the right to turn it on. Engine cutoff switch, right here. High-low beam switch. Mirrors, left mirror, right mirror. Side stand. This piece here. Fuel valve, we do not have a fuel valve on this motorcycle because it is fuel injected. No choke, also fuel injected. The exhaust, right here. And the engine, right here. The drive mechanism is a belt, which is under here, which you can see better here. So getting on, reach and squeeze the front brake and throw your leg over and lift up. After that, side stand up. Get a feel for the weight, lean it left, lean it right. These bikes weigh 497 pounds. Turn the bars all the way to the right, all the way to the left. Whenever you turn the handlebars, you want to get into the habit of turning your head as well. You want to look where you're turning, look where you're going. should have your hands around your hand grips, and they want you to have your wrists flat. So instead of up here, right? Because if you have it up here, you pull back easier, and that's whiskey throttle. Just saying, full throttle, roll off. Full throttle, roll off. Full roll, half roll, and quarter roll, just to get a feel of like the tension of the throttle. You want to make sure you're able to pull back on throttle while also turning, so that you're not giving it gas while pulling left or right. So then we're going to do quarter roll, roll off, and squeeze front brake. Roll off, reach, squeeze. Roll off, reach, squeeze. It's like shaking somebody's hand. You're not like reaching and squeezing, it's like just kind of firm. Roll off, reach, squeeze. So now we're going to practice getting off the motorcycle. You want to put your side stand down, handlebars to the left, lean the bike over, and dismount. Stand down, handlebars left, lean over, dismount. Now we're practicing getting back on them. Reach over, squeeze front brake, leg over, lift up, handlebars straight, and kickstand up. Gonna go ahead and turn the key, 2 clicks to the right. Use the turn signals now, so we're gonna press it left, so press left. Indicates right there. We're gonna press the center button, and that cancels the turn signal. Press it to the right, right indicator comes on, right turn signal, press the center button, cancel. High-low beam switch, here, use your thumb, high beam, indicates there, and back to low beam. So high beam, low beam, horn button. That's your horn button.
The horn again. You're out.
All right, key back to the off position. It's asking if the bike is in neutral, so the bike is in neutral since we are able to roll it back and forth without it locking up. So we're going to squeeze the clutch lever in, and we're going to press down so that it goes into first gear. Clutch lever in, downshift. So we're going to roll forward while pressing down. So we should be in gear, so we're going to ease the clutch lever out, and we're going to try and roll. The bike is now locked up, which means we are in gear. So we're going to pull the clutch lever back in, lightly lift up, clutch lever is out, and now we are able to roll the bike back and forth again. So we are back in neutral. To let them know we are in neutral, you raise your left hand, the bike is running, come off a clutch, it lets them know we're in neutral. Clutch in again, shift up, clutch out, and try rolling the bike back and forth. It's in gear now, does not roll freely. Clutch in, lightly pressing down, clutch out, and now we are back in neutral. And letting them know that we're in neutral. So each bike has its own personality. Even though we're riding all the same models here, the shifting is going to feel a little different on each one of them. So you basically need to get to know your bike and how it feels with shifting. We are in neutral now, so we are able to freely move the bike. We're going to put it into gear by pulling in the clutch lever, pressing down on the shift lever. So you heard that click. Now we're in first gear. We're going to let out on the clutch lever. We're going to try and move it, and now it is locked up. So it does not move. It is in first gear. We're going to pull the clutch lever back in. We're going to lightly half shift up into neutral, release the clutch lever, and we're back in neutral. We are going to walk the bikes forward now, pushing them forward, and they're going to give us the brake signal right there. Pushing them back to the T's. Pushing forward, pushing forward, pushing forward. Slowly squeeze the front brake, and we stop. Pushing back. The stop signal supersedes any other command we can get. So we're pushing, 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 pushing. We're going to squeeze on front brake, and we stop. So we're going to click the key, 2 clicks to the right. Bike is in neutral, as confirmed by the indicator, as well as the ability to move it back and forth. We're going to pull clutch lever in, turn this on, and press and hold the start button. Flat wrist, quarter roll on the throttle, just so you can feel how it responds on the engine. Has an RPM indicator right there, so as you quarter roll on the throttle, you can see those RPMs come up. So we turn the bike off switch here, key off here. So they're having us line up at the cones, these little cones that they have placed here. Lining up on the cones. We are dismounting, so kickstand down, lean the bike over, up and over. And we're going to meet a little bit of a briefing here in the middle.
after every exercise from now on will reflect on what we just kind of went over. We go rocketing off down the range. What do we want to do?
Pull the clutch in.
Pull your clutch in, release that gas, it's going to roll back and start your braking, okay? Whenever you pull that clutch in, you're removing power to the back wheel, okay? Exercise 2 is using the friction zone.
So now time to practice using the friction zone. So mounting the bike, front brake, leg over, kickstand up, key on switch, clutch lever in, starting. This is basically learning to use the friction zone, guys. The levers are kind of forward, so you're not going to be able to see my hand too much, but I'm going to try and focus on it right here. So clutch in and downshift into first gear. Heard it click into place. We're going to put our toes up and our heels on the ground, and we're just going to ease the clutch lever out so that we're flat footing. And then we pull clutch back in and push back. So clutch lever's coming out using friction zone. We go to flat foot, clutch back in, pull them back so just our heels are touching. Clutch up back in, pushing back. Friction zone forward, clutch back in, pushing back. Letting clutch out, using friction zone to move forward, pull clutch in to remove power, pushing back. And just repeat. You're basically just familiarizing yourself at this point with the friction zone. Now just do that as long as you need to till you're comfortable with where that friction zone is at. So Sandy wants him to stall the bike by just releasing the clutch. If we dump the clutch, it's like just releasing it, it's gonna stall out.
Watch out, just let the clutch go.
Alright, so we're just gonna let the clutch go. Oh no! So to start it back up, we don't have to put it back into neutral, we just pull clutch in and then we just start it again. And we're up and going again. If you dump clutch, you basically go through that friction zone, it's just gonna stall out like that. So to put it back into neutral, we have the clutch lever in, we're gonna pull half shift up, and that's gonna put us into neutral. Now you slowly ease it on the clutch to confirm neutral. Also, it is confirmed by here, but you wanna rely on the mechanics of it to actually confirm you're in neutral. So we can move back and forth without being locked up like we were talking about earlier. So now we're gonna power walk. We're gonna use the friction zone to walk across the parking lot. I am at an orange cone, so I'm going to the orange cone. We're gonna take long strides. They're gonna call us down. Pulling clutch in, into first gear. That's all we're doing is power walking. Slowly let out, slowly let out. Walking it, walking it, walking it. If it's too much, pull in. We're gonna slowly squeeze on brake. All right, now we need to go into neutral, so half shift up, into neutral, and we're gonna turn the bikes around. Showing neutral. Turning around, bars to the right, just walking it, bars to the left, walking it back, and back forward to the cone. All that done in neutral. Same thing part 2, power walk, looking straight ahead, clutch in, shifting into first, long strides, power walking. I'm gonna angle the camera down so you guys can see this a little better. Just slowly letting out on clutch lever, using that friction zone, long strides, pulling clutch lever, slowly putting on brake, and we're back. Going back into neutral, half shift up, neutral light, turning them back around, bars to the right, all in neutral, bars to the left, and we're back at the cone. Part 3, we are taking steps, finding our balance and lifting our feet up, maintaining looking straight ahead. So clutch in, shifting into first, take some steps, and then we're putting our feet up. Friction zone, taking some steps, feet up, looking straight. Don't forget to look straight. Come to a stop, clutch in, applying brake, and we're good. Once again, clutch in, shifting into first, take a couple steps, lift feet onto pegs, look straight ahead to the cone. Couple steps, feet up, find your balance, look up, should be looking up anyways. Clutch in, applying a little bit of brake, and we're good, back into neutral. So just to show you what a lot of these guys are doing, we're basically getting to the end, and what they do is they slow down, but they don't pull the clutch in, which causes the bike to stall. So just as you're coming to that stop, you have to pull that clutch lever in so that you don't stall out. So we got clutch in, shifted into first, easing out, using friction zone, step, feet up, pull clutch in, pull front brake, come to a stop. Half shift back into neutral, pull it out on the clutch lever, back in neutral, good to go.
Same thing, part 3. Clutch in first gear. Take your steps. Come on down.
All right, that was part 1 of actually being on the course. We're gonna take a break. It's really hot out here, so we're gonna get some water, cool off a bit, and then come back out.
If you're taking your steps, 3, 4, 5 steps, clutch in, front brake, whatever. Always get in the habit of taking your steps. The bike likes momentum. The little more momentum you had, the more stable it was, correct? Get in the habit, 3 steps, every time you start out at least. Build that momentum up and then worry about putting your feet up. On the later exercises, when we ask you to do other things, if you're sitting there trying to balance the bike, by the time you gain control, you're like, oh crap, I gotta shift now. And by the time you shift, oh crap, I need to stop. If you take those steps, it makes that lane, that you're doing, that exercise you're doing, feel longer. So, okay, I got control of the bike, now I'm shifting, and now I'm braking. Instead of everything being all on top of one another. All right, good job, guys.
So this is going to be a multi-part series. For those of you that are learning to ride, I hope us breaking it down like this and showing it to you incrementally helps you and makes a bit more sense. I'll be sure to drop links to all the episodes in the description down below. Once again, big thanks to Seminole Harley-Davidson for letting me go through the course and film it so that it helps you guys that are looking to learn to ride motorcycles. Even if you're just looking for a refresher and you want to watch through it, that's cool too. I hope the video was helpful. If it was, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Hitting that like button helps the channel a lot. And if you have any friends out there that are looking to learn to ride as well, be sure to give it a share. If y'all enjoy motorcycle content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon as well so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. And until next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.